Hey guys, it's Skulker3 and welcome to part 1 of my new Let's Play, done entirely in Japanese, except for what I'm saying. So, not all in Japanese really, like only half. And yes, the game footage is all in Japanese. Some people guessed that it might be Phoenix Wright, but that didn't really make much sense since they've had English releases. So I might as well stick with those. And seeing as Phoenix Wright is so heavily text-based, if I couldn't read it, I don't think I'd be able to get too far. No, this game doesn't require you to be able to read the text so much. You can figure it out otherwise. Because we are playing Rhythm Tengoku. That stands for, not stands for, it translates to, I believe, Rhythm Heaven. I believe the actual pronunciation would be something along the lines of Rhythm Tengoku. But I don't speak Japanese, so I'm not entirely sure. But yes, let's get this started, I suppose. So here's a little samurai drummer who says, "Well, you are a dude. I say, would you like to play some rhythm games? Well, let's get on to it then." I have no idea if he says anything even vague similar to that, because, as I said, I don't speak Japanese, so... Yes, I'm just gonna skip through the text mostly. This is our first little trial of our rhythm prowess. Sorry, I'm gonna be focusing here. Yes, sorry, the aim of that game was to press the A button exactly in time with the beats. I did fairly okay. The closer you are to the middle, the better you've done. And mine was mostly pretty close. Yes, this is just a little thing to get you ready to do rhythm stuff in the game. This one is slightly different. This one you press A when it gets to 0. Also, make sure to count to 0 even when numbers are missing. 2, 1, 0. So yeah, this is a bit trickier, and hang on, yeah. It occurs to me it may not be the best idea to do live commentary for a rhythm game, since I'm going to need to focus on the rhythm, but you know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, I'm also going to be a little bit off, because, you know, I'm going to be talking to you guys, and then I'm not going to be focusing on the numbers, and so... Oh boy. Oh, that one of those was really off. Yeah, maybe I should have saved this for post commentary, but I've already made my decision. I completely lost count there. Say overall, seeing as I'm still talking, I'm not doing too badly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy, this one has gone a little bit more all over the place than the last one. Oh boy, hang on. Ooh, that's very scattered. Oh well, and then this one is very much like the first, only it'll add music, and the beeps will stop. Yes, and I'll admit this now, overall, if I make mistakes and whatever, it'll be my own fault. However, every now and then, woo, 80, I'm guessing that's out of 100. I always get that sort of range, so it's not too bad. Wow, you got an 80! That's pretty cool. Well, let's move on. I have really cool hair. Let's get on with the game already. Not sure why I'm still talking to you. Piss off. That was very nice of you, Mr. Little Samurai Dude. Anyways, yes, here we have our options menu. That is to take the test again, which I'm not going to do. This is stuff we can unlock, which I'm not going to go over because I can't read it. This is music, and we can play along, but I'm not going to do that because, well, I'm going to do it later, but not for now. And these are our options. This one changes between mono and stereo. We're going to stick with stereo. And that erases your data, so not going to do that. Yes, let's get started with our first minigame. If you're a fan of the WarioWare series, there's a fairly good chance you'll enjoy this because it's made by the same division of Nintendo that did that. So yes, you are Karate Joe. Let's get this started, shall we? Now all you have to do is hit these things that we throw at you. Not sure why we're so violent towards you, but hey. Yes, it's all about rhythm, and I'm not that good at it anymore. Ah! So yes, that's a fairly good demonstration, completely by accident. There's 3 different tiers of rhythm success. You can either get it right on the mark, get it slightly off, or get it completely off. So as you saw there, we had it slightly off, he still hit the plant part, but it was a bit wrong. Or it fell incorrectly. If you got it right, then he hits it away confidently. And if you completely miss, it just goes flying past. Excuse me. Right, so, as I said, much like WarioWare, let's get this started. Much like WarioWare, this comprises of various minigames. And here's our first of the lot, if you couldn't tell.
Hey, baby.
Now, despite being a Japanese game, this song is entirely in English.
If not, stop.
Oh yeah.
Hey, baby. Listen to my face. I can give you the sense of rhythm.
Oh man, mixing it up with boulders.
Hey, baby. How's it going?
This song is fairly simple. The song doesn't change or anything through the thing, through the minigame. But what does change is just the complexity of the items thrown at you. By which I mean, you'll get different rhythms which you have to hit on. See, like here, we're hitting a lot more in this smaller space of time. Then we have to hit 3 in a row, and
Hey, baby. Hold on to your ambition.
I don't know why, I just really like the way she says, "Hey baby," there. That's a terrifying face you got there, Karate Joe. But hey. Yay, we hit the last thing. So yes, and based on how well you do in the rhythm games, affects this at the end. You hit some things! Well done, fella! And we got a superb, which also gives us a medal. Now, with the minigames, as I said before with the missing rhythms, there are 3 different tiers of success in the minigames. You can have superb, which we just got there. You can have okay, which means you passed the game but you don't get a medal. And there's failure. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. I'm going to get all the medals in the game. And for that, basically what I'm going to do for each minigame is I'm going to show my first attempt, and I'm also going to show my superb attempt. And if I do any spectacular failures in the middle, then I'll show them as well. This game, oh, another thing, you can skip the tutorials by pressing select, which I'm going to do just because I understand how this game works. The main aim of the game is to pluck the onion with the rhythm. Bum, dum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Already failing. Whatever. If the hair is curly, then you have to hold on to the button a bit longer. The problem is that because I'm talking I don't hear the rhythm. It's not too bad because you can still use the visuals, but that is not going to work too well in our favour in the future, because they use visuals to distract you when you have to focus on the rhythm. It is a rhythm-based game after all, I mean, come on. Oh boy. I'm really not doing too well at this game so far. At least compared to how I usually do. That was just awful. Apparently I didn't tap long enough. Okay. Hey, that was a pretty good one. So yes, I'd say for that one we've probably got an okay, but possibly a try again. Yeah, that was just okay. There's also another thing I don't entirely know what it is. There's between just okay and okay. I'm using the translations from the second game, which did come out in England and America. And there's a difference between okay and just okay, which in this is symbolized by the 2 symbols you see there, and that little puff of wind is the just, if you understand what I mean. Yes, we are very dissatisfied with our mansion and our slight grains. Yes, so you get a little picture at the end. Oh, something has gone down. Forget what that is. Yes, be back in a second. I'd say that was probably a superb, but what do I know? Yeah, you can generally tell if there's several lines with exclamation marks at the end, or if you read Japanese. I can't, but then you've generally got a superb. And we have got a much better garden now, hooray! But yes, as I was saying, with 3 different ranks, you get 3 different pictures, which show relative success or whatever in what you were trying to do. So for there, when I did okay, he had a okayish, well not an okayish, but a fairly poor garden. When I succeeded, he got a great garden, and I assume if you fail, then, I don't know, he gets bombed or something. Also, I'm not sure if I ever finished my statement from earlier. Because this is an emulated game, every now and then a bit of lag might ruin my attempts, but in general it'll be my own failure. But every now and then. This game, I'm not a big fan of this game, because you get instructions barked at you in Japanese. Which, as I've said many a time, I do not understand. So let's just give this a go, shall we? I'm going to definitely be listening to this one a lot more than I'm going to be talking. I suppose I should mention the controls. To start marching, you tap A in the rhythm to take your steps. To stop marching, you press B. When he says something ni, you took to the right. This is the one which sounds kind of like Chenny. You look to the left. And when it's a bit harder to... Oh, I got tricked there. Keep marching. Yes, as I was saying, it's a bit hard, that game, if you don't speak Japanese, because you can sometimes mishear what he says, or forget which way to look when it ends with ni and which way when it says Kenny. That's how I've always heard it, anyways. Yes, superb attempt to go. I think I did it. Yes! I should also point out, if you're marching ever so slightly out of time, then the drill sergeant will be going all, I disapprove of this, you stupid little soldier dude. Damn your hide. And if anyone, let me start that again. If anyone's wondering how long these videos are going to be, in each video I'm going to go to the end of a row, and play this exclamation mark game, which we're going to go into what that is later. Now this is our first game which starts and doesn't have a tutorial. So for some of the games you just have to figure out what you're meant to do. This is very simple, you just press A in time with the rhythm. Not like that, more like that. Dum, ba, dum, ba, dum, ba. Oop. Just keep that up essentially. And every now and then it'll throw out a high ball at us, which has a slightly different rhythm to be hit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Fascinating commentary, isn't it? The thing is, I don't really want to talk that much because I really need to concentrate on it. But, if I don't talk, then it's not exactly entertaining Let's Play, is it? Then again, my Let's Plays aren't exactly entertaining generally, so what can I say? But you know, I'm gonna do my best in just the first attempts, just to keep talking as much as I can, really. And this is an example of what I was talking about earlier, where they tried to screw you over with the visuals. Because everything is zooming in and out and in and out, and you focus on this little alien, and then suddenly you've got a bunny head, and no one knows why. So yeah, if you focus on the visuals here, you're screwed, because half the time you can't actually even see the ball, and wow! Where did my rhythm go? Come on. And that's the end, I believe? Yes, and we just hit a rice ball at the screen, apparently. Yeah, that's just another... Okay, I guess. And we have to drag a tire across the moon. You know, that makes sense. Yes. Man, they keep going sort of down in the... I keep forgetting what that is, but it's like your groove, or how good you are at the rhythm. Anyways, superb attempt, go! I've just noticed he doesn't have a right leg on his trousers. Woohoo! One other thing I should point out is that depending on which minigame you're playing, affects the criteria you need to get superb. So, generally, if you hit all of them, or match the rhythm perfectly throughout the thing, you're gonna get a superb, weirdly enough. But, some games are a lot more strict than others in what it takes to get to a superb rather than an okay. Like, if you just mess up one specific thing, you can lose the grade or whatever. It's a bit harsh at times, but mostly it's pretty reasonable. Here's our next game, which I generally seem to have trouble with, and I don't really know why. It's not that difficult a concept. You just have to you have to clap your hands together, in rhythm with the other two. You're the guy on the right, as symbolized by that little symbol underneath the third guy. 1, 2, 3. You can hear the beeps in the background, but if you look. So yeah, we just have to make sure we get the rhythm with the third of what they're clapping. So if they clap a lot faster, then we have to clap quickly. See, I wasn't listening to the beeps there, so I didn't know what we meant to do. But let's just get the game going, shall we? 2, 3. Whoops. My rhythm is already crapping out. Some of them are very tricksy. Like, when they've got the angry faces, you can generally tell they're going to clap quickly. Every now and then, they'll just throw it out anyways. See, this is one where it's definitely bad for me to be talking at the same time, because the sounds of them clapping are fairly faint. So if I'm not paying very careful attention to how they're moving, I can lose the rhythm. And also because there's only 2 of them, it's quite easy to miss the timing. Ah! Well. Ah. Now, even now, I still have a bit of trouble with this game, as you can quite clearly see. But when I first played this game, I really sucked at this. Like, unbelievably so. Most of them should actually be possible with such a simple premise. And if you're having difficulty with a game, then, you know, every now and then, well, not every now and then, but with just about any of them, keep trying, and eventually you'll just pretty much memorize what you need to do. And you'll get it eventually. But if you can't even do that, that sounds really harsh, if you can't even do that, but if you're even finding that a bit difficult, then there's something we unlock later that will help with that. But yes, gonna go for my superb attempt now. Back in a sec. Okay, I think that should be it. Yep, lots of exclamation marks, hooray! And so we're apparently monkeys and afros. It's always a good time. I was gonna say something but I can't quite remember. Oh yeah, I think doing these superb things when I don't talk is actually also good because you guys get to hear the music. Because there is a lot of really cool music in this game. However, as for now, let's just move on. This is our first remix. What the remix does, it combines the gameplay of the 5 you've encountered in this entire row so far, and it puts them all into one song. So you have to switch up your control methods and do it all properly, and it's kind of tricky. So yeah, as you can see, we're starting with our good friends, the Marchers. But then we go into Crash Joe again. And you have to be able to sort of infer there that you're meant to start marching because he doesn't directly tell you to. Thankfully, it's not that difficult to do so. You have to stop being so quiet. I'm saving those for my superb attempts, but also, I'm just trying to sort of focus, and it's a bit difficult to focus your attention both into your hands and into your mouth in such a way, because your brain does really need to use its its entire power, well not entire power, but a lot of its power to keep your rhythm good. Oh boy. Me English, I'm going bad. Oh. Oops. Too quick. Not sure what the frick that noise was. Ka, apparently. Bombuka. Bombuka. Now we've got our baseball friend here with us today, ready to try and attack us with baseballs. Seriously, what's his problem? Why is he hitting them at us so much? And clearly disapproves of my Let's Playing. Then again, why are we in the void of space? I don't think he chose too carefully when he was buying real estate. I mean, buying a room that goes off into the void and only has... Whoop. That is a very tricksy bit. It's that kind of thing that every now and then makes me think you need to have a bit of memorization. In other words, you need to fail this remix to be able to know what you need to do for some of it. Because there's no way to see that really fast clap coming, really. Unless you have extraordinary rhythm. So yeah, I think I did fairly well. The remixes are generally fairly lenient, except not today. Now I was just like, no, that was crap. What the heck are you doing? You are as good as sushi. Or salmon and rice, I think. Something like that. But yes, once you do that, you unlock a few other things. You unlock a second row, is the most important thing. You also unlock some options over to the left. I'll explore those more towards the end of the project. But yes, as for now, I'm going to do my superb attempt of the remix. Back in a sec. You did some stuff! Yay! For the remix text, I think it's generally the same for all the remixes that we'll get in the future. And we were as good as a nice looking meal. Yes, for the remixes it's always you were as good as, and then whatever it's a picture of. But yes, as I said, I'm going to be doing one row per video. It's taking me about half an hour of recording. Let's see what that does in editing. Probably just about the same, since I don't think I had to do more than one attempt for anything to get it to superb the second time, but we'll see. As for what I'm going to do now, I'm going to end the video, obviously enough. I will see you guys tomorrow for Colin Bound. The next Rhythm Tengoku part will be going up on Wednesday. Also, I hope you guys can make it to my stream on Thursday, where I will be making a game, and it'll all be hilarious. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Goodbye!